Everyone, and welcome to the Eureka Springs channel. Thank you for joining us today. We have a very special guest. For those of you that are believing in ghosts, or maybe you aren't, but I have an expert with me today, Miss Deborah Workman, who is with the 1886 Crescent Hotel and Spa, and she's here today to talk about her little bit of experiences there at the hotel. Hey, Deborah.
Hello.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Well, it's October, the spookiest season of all in Eureka Springs, and you work
Yes,
at
it
the
is.
Crescent Hotel, which is haunted. Tell us a little bit about your role there at the hotel, what you do.
Well, I am blessed to be the supervisor of the ghost guides, and it's a great team of people. There are 14 of us all together, and we work to bring the stories of the ghosts and the history of the hotel to all the people who come to have the experience.
Yes, yeah. And the experience itself. I mean, I always tell people, the guides there, they take this very seriously.
Very much so.
And it's not all fun and games. There's some stories that come out of there that might make you a little uneasy, not terribly, but I've heard a few of the things. I don't know if those stories are on your tours or not, but I've heard some of the employees talk about it before, and so it's kind of fun to hear all the stories. What is your favorite experience that you've had there?
I think my favorite experience is coming in one day in it had to have been March or February. It was cold, rainy. It was during the day, and I got right by the fireplace and I heard someone say, "Deborah." And I turned around and there's nobody in the lobby.
Oh my God. I can't
They,
believe you're telling this story.
they
I
were in.
cannot believe it. The same thing happened to me about 6 years ago.
See?
But nobody said anything. I was standing in the fireplace and I felt like you know how people come up to you and play a trick on you? They tap you on the shoulder and you
Yes.
turn around, there's nobody there. I thought that's what had happened. I was standing there waiting for a bride. And I turned around real quick and there was nobody there. And the front desk folks kind of started laughing at me. And it was like, and they looked at me like, yep, that was a ghost. I'm like, oh my God, that's too wild. Oh,
Now,
that gave me chills that you had this thing. Oh my goodness.
yes.
That
And the voice I
experience.
heard was loud and clear. And I
Oh,
turned around and looked at the young lady at the front desk and I said, "Hey, did you call my name?" And she said, "Well, no, Deborah, I didn't even see you come in."
my
And
God.
I got chills just like you did.
That's crazy. Oh, that's the first time I've heard anybody else say that they had that experience like me. Oh my goodness. So, this is October, and let's get right to the meat of this because
Okay.
everybody wants to be a part of going on the ghost tours. What can people expect? Describe a little bit about what the experience is like.
Okay. We give an hour-long tour. It starts in the ghost parlor up on the fourth floor, and we tell you a little bit of history and a little bit of our guidelines for you to have a great experience.
Hmm.
And you don't have to be a believer in ghosts because we tell the ghosts are all part of the history of the hotel. So
Hmm.
you get the history as well. And then we start on the fourth floor. We take you from the fourth floor down to the first floor and eventually to the morgue. And then that's where the tour ends, is in the morgue itself. And only the best hotels have a morgue.
Well, it's a very unusual situation. And for people that are not familiar with the history of the hotel, uh, tell us why there's a morgue in the hotel.
Well, when Norman Baker came and brought his cancer curable hospital, and we all know there is no cure for cancer, there was a morgue. And it was said that that's where the bodies went of those who passed until the mortuary picked them up. So that's
Yeah.
the reason we have a morgue.
Okay, and I guess some of those people died there and they never left. Oh my
That's
goodness.
exactly right.
Oh my word. It's kind of creepy but fun. To hear this story about Norman Baker. I mean, thank God I never met him. It would creep me out if I did. But so this the tours this October, because October is so freaking busy here in Eureka Springs. Are you already sold out of all the tours? You still got some spaces available?
We are pretty much sold out on the weekends,
Okay.
Friday and Saturday, and mainly and most of Sundays. However, the weeknights are still open.
Okay.
And if you're local, that's what I would encourage you to do is come on
The
the
weeknight.
weeknight.
Yeah.
And you go to reserveeureka.com and
Okay.
look up Crescent Hotel Ghost Tour.
Okay, fantastic. Crescent Hotels. Look up on their on their website, Crescent Hotel.
Right.
Look up the ghost tours there. Now, in addition to these tours that go on, all the time, year round, you guys have got some special things that are coming up. I know you've got January and February. You want to talk to folks about what those things, the
Sure.
special tours, are going to be about?
We have the paranormal lockdown, and that's January 13th. And that is an overnight lockdown. No one is in the hotel, but those of us attending. The hotel is dark. So you get to hunt for ghosts on your own. All the ghost rooms are open
Yeah.
because, the rooms where many of our ghosts are actual hotel rooms
Mm-hmm.
that we rent out. So those rooms are open and you get to actually go in them. So we start hunting about 9:15 and we go all the way till 3 in the morning.
Okay. And then you've got, I was curious about this, the abbreviation. You call it ESP. Talk about that a little bit, would you?
ESP weekends are Eureka Springs Paranormal weekends, and those are January 24th through the 26th, and then January 31st through February 2nd.
Okay.
And those weekends are a little more structured. We hunt both Friday night and Saturday night, and we do workshops on Friday, a couple of workshops, and then we'll start hunting about 10 o'clock, and we go till 3 in the morning, both nights. And we bring in Larry Flaxman from Little Rock and Dave Harkins from Missouri, and they are paranormal experts.
Yeah.
And they bring with them lots of knowledge. We have a couple of guides who will also have their equipment there to hunt with as well. And you can hunt on your own or you can go with them to see what they experience and what they find.
And these are folks that do this all the time. And so they've got, I mean, I know I was there for a few times for the ghost tours with the paranormal and the ESP, and they have equipment that they bring too. It's kind of
Correct.
fascinating to see all the different technology that's there to hopefully hunt up a ghost. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's crazy. Deborah, the Crescent Hotel has had several really great features on the ghost there. I know you guys have been on several TV shows. It's really well known. You've been voted before to be the most haunted hotel in America. There's all these things that you got accolades, and there's with good reason. I mean, do you think that activity happens pretty much every day at the hotel, or is it kind of is there a hot season? I don't know. Is there?
No, I don't think so. I believe the activity is there all the time. We have people who want to go on the latest tour possible because they're sure that things only happen in the dark. But my first experience was about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So they are there all the time.
Yeah.
And I do think they kind of get a kick out of October.
Yeah.
Because they know that people are there exceptionally.
Right.
There is a large crowd. And so I think they like playing around a little bit with the people there. But
some of them are very playful ghosts from what I understand. It's not all the people that ended up in the morgue. I mean, you've got ghosts that are were there during the what was it, conservatory times when there was a women's college.
Correct.
Can you name off a couple of others that kind of show up?
Sure. Michael is probably the first ghost. He was there during the building of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
and passed. And then um, we have the girl in the mist, who
Mm.
we think is from the college days. That's what research
Yeah.
tells us.
Right.
Um, we have a young lady in 3500
Mm.
who we're not sure of the time period, and we have a picture
Yeah.
uh, of her,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not sure of the time period because of even the clothing she's wearing
Mm-hmm.
is a little deceiving as to
Right.
when she was there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Brecky is a little boy who was there during the college days because his father ran the college.
Right.
Uh, so we have ghosts from a variety of
A
eras,
variety of eras.
and
Yeah.
then we have some spirits that are there that we don't know their stories
Mm.
uh, because we don't have the research behind them.
Right. Right. I guess that
And
over time, maybe they'll reveal more of their themselves.
exactly,
And people are, I know on the ghost tours, cameras are encouraged. I mean,
sure,
I have seen some images, and as a professional photographer, I can tell you that, some of them you can kind of, oh, that's a reflection from the chandelier or whatever, and you can kind of rule those out. But there are some, and I've seen images, you've got a collection of them there, and I've looked at them, and there is no explanation whatsoever for what's in that image. And I've actually had them show up on some of my wedding photos too. The orbs with
sure.
the center and the spirally things that go around it. There's nothing that happens like that naturally in the world, and so I'm convinced.
We always tell people we're not there to convince you. We're just there to share the stories. And
Right.
it's always interesting afterwards how you'll have people come up to you and say, I really wasn't a believer, but
But
this is what happened while we were on the tour. And I
right.
always tell them, use those five senses. Keep yourself really open, and you may have the experience you're looking for.
Absolutely. Well, it's a fantastic experience. It's for all ages. It's really fun. So, guys, if you're listening, I obviously will tell you go to thecrescenthotel.com right this very minute and see if there's any openings for you to be a part of the ghost tour experience. And of course, the other activities are coming up in January the 13th, and then also the 24th through the 26th of January, and then the 31st through the 2nd. Tickets are available for those as well on the website, so be sure and check those out. Deborah, what a fun job for
It is.
you. People love you there at the hotel. They love you, and thank you so much for being such a wonderful host for folks who are coming to experience the ghost tours there at the Crescent Hotel. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love to tell those stories.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time. Come
All
back and
right.
tell us if you have anything really out of the ordinary happen. Call me. We'll have to do an exclusive on that.
There we
Okay.
go.
Bye, Deborah.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, check out crescenthotel.com. Go and book your ghost tour right now. Sure, for a good time in the month of October or any time during the year, during the week, on the weekends, whatever. Thank you guys for watching us today at the Eureka Springs channel. We love to bring all the good news and the good people and all the good places about Eureka Springs. That's what we're here to do, is to feature those folks that we love and appreciate here locally. And we want to give that information straight to you. We'll see you next time here on the channel. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye, guys.